to another video of Ellabella123, and today I'm going to be mixing up my channel a bit and having a new background and new description boxes, so make sure to check those out down below and to comment any Q&A questions if you've got any ideas for Q&A questions, because now my channel has grown a bit more, I feel like it's time for you to get to know me a bit better with the Q&A, so if you comment down below those I'd be really grateful. And yeah, today's video is going to be on revision tips, because I know a lot of you out there have got tests coming up just like me and you need some help with your revision. So yeah, I know it's a bit soon because I know my exams are tomorrow, but I'm sure you'll be able to get any help out of this if your exams are at the end of the week. So yeah, let's get straight on to it. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this new style of video, and the first tip is to use a folder. I've got this folder here from the factory shop. It's just this tabby cat, and it's got some little shades on, and it's turquoise, which is one of my favourite colours. And inside I just keep all of my old homework that I collect throughout the year. Like sometimes you get worksheets to work off of and to do in your book, and then I keep all the worksheets and I put them inside here. So I've got like some French, I've got some mind maps that I've made, I've got loads of different works. Like I've got this, but the teacher never asked me to hand it in, and we've never had to hand it in, so I've just kept it. Old tests, I just keep all of my old work in here, and then I can come back to it afterwards and it will help me. So that's the first tip. Also, remember to buy a really cute folder because it will make you want to revise even more. My next tip is to use your old revision books. Now these are my revision books. Oh, I just whacked them. These are my revision books from year 6, and I am using them for year 7 as well, just so then I can have two different types of books. So if your teacher in year 7 doesn't give you any books, then you can use your year 6 ones, and the same if you're in year 9, then you can use your year 8 books and so on. So I'm just using my year 6 books for my year 7 tests, and they work just as fine because these are quite tough questions. I did the Macbeth one in here and it was just as good as some of the year 7 tests, so yeah, totally recommend doing that. And if you're looking for good revision books, I would go for CGP or Collins. I've got a Collins one here. They are the best revision books out of them all, so yeah. Next thing I would recommend doing is getting a little exercise book. I've just got this red one here, and I collect up all of the revision that I do. I use these books to get the revision from, and then so I can reuse the books again, I write it all in here. So I've got some geography revision in here, and then when I come back to year 8 I can look through these notes and I can use them for my next test in year 8, or even if there's another test in year 7, I can use these notes in here that I've been practicing. So yeah. The next tip I would suggest doing is using the same websites that you use in school and the same worksheets, because I googled up some worksheets that my maths teacher used, and I actually copied the same worksheets and just printed off loads of different ones so I could practice them at home. So yeah, I'd really recommend doing that. The next step is to stay after school with your friends and to do revision together. I think this is a really good idea, because if you don't like doing it at home and you're being all lonely, then it's better to be with your friends and revise, because you definitely get a lot more work done when you're with your friends. Well, I believe that anyway. Teachers don't, but I do. And yeah, that's it. The next tip is to print off these sheets of paper that I don't know whether every school does, but they do revision notes pieces of paper in my school, and it just gives you notes on what to revise for, and you should also have assemblies and stuff, and I'm sure that you will, and they will also have timetables of when your exams will be and everything. So yeah, at the school they are really helpful for me. I would say do everything little and often, so I'm doing an hour on the weekends and half an hour on weekdays. That is definitely enough for you to revise, especially if you've got a 14-day period to practice. So yeah, I'm sure you would get lots of work done, and no matter what set you're in, you can all use the same amount of time, which I think is brilliant. I would also say do a variety of different subjects. Don't just focus on the ones that you want to do. Just focus on some harder subjects and some harder topics from those subjects first, then do the easier subjects after. So yep. So I'm actually going to be finishing this today, and it is a maths revision like mind map. And I just create little mind maps just so I can easily track my mind on what I've got to do to revise. I just flick through my old books and just use all the topics on them. So there's 2 tips in one there. Make mind maps and use your old books from school. So yeah, just keep all of your old work, and trust me, it does come in use somehow. So yep. And just flicking through and seeing if there's anything else. Set yourself like goals of things you've got to do. Use the websites that the teachers recommend. Anything like that really would really help. In French, I made little flashcards where you could sort of like turn them over, and like one side would be the English and one side would be the French. That is a really good tip as well, to use flashcards. And I've also got this timetable that I made. I don't know whether you can see. It says Friday the 21st of April and what to do, and then the Saturday and so on just tells me what to do, and I could decorate it however I wanted, which was so good. And that is a night of revising because you're preparing, so that is one night down that you could use for revising. So yeah. I'd also say take lots of breaks and eat and drink healthily, because that would really, really help with exams. And yeah, that really helps me usually for when I do it. And don't do your homework or revision, whatever you're doing, right on top of bed, because it will just really confuse you and you'll get really tired and you won't be able to answer the questions properly. I know lots of YouTubers say to do it before bed because it helps you suck in your brain, but I would say do it a lot earlier, maybe like in the afternoon whenever you're bored, and just get out your revision, and it should really help and suck into your brain. So yep. Use nice bright bold colours for your work because it will help you to suck into the page and remember what you were doing. And I just think that is such a lovely thing because everybody loves decorating their work. I know I really do. So when I do that, it just makes me feel a lot happier, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So just getting any cute revision stuff, like cute paper, anything that's really cute stationery wise, it'll just help you do it even more. And the bright colours as well, if you do it in bright colours, it'll help you. Like I use Smiggle stationery when I do it because it just helps me, and I also use lots of bright coloured highlighters, so the highlighters can attract my attention. So yep. The last 2 tips are to ask your mum and dad to test you. That is a really good idea. And finally, I'm just going to give you a couple of things that may help you if you are doing your Year 7 test from the Key Stage 3 Collins Science book. I'm going to do a tip from physics, chemistry and biology so you know what to do. So for biology, the tip that I'm going to give you is the vacuole sucks up everything. So if you remember, vacuole is like a vacuum cleaner. It sucks in and like inflates everything. So it's like a balloon, or a vacuum cleaner inflates everything out of the cell to make it nice and strong. So I would say the vacuole is a balloon. So yep. H2O means there is 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. And finally, in physics, forces are mainly pushes or pulls depending on what sort of thing you're doing, and gravity always goes downwards. So yeah, thanks for watching my video today. I know it was a bit of a ramble and a bit of a mishmash of different things, but I hope I gave you some really good revision tips on how to revise quickly and safely. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to subscribe, and yeah, the good luck in all of your exams, and I will see you on Friday. So yeah, bye.